Yo, what's going on everybody, Shinmoke here, and today I'm going to give you just a quick overview of my thoughts on Mortal Kombat 11 Aftermath. I'm going to go over the 3 characters that are included in the DLC and the story itself. So basically the updates including all the friendships and the new stages, that's open to everybody. So if you want to experience them, just go open the game yourself, just give it an update, and you should have everything there. The only thing you get when you spend your $40, and we'll discuss whether it's worth that much in the video, but when you spend your $40, what you're getting is the 3 characters, Fujin, Shiva, Robocop, and then the Aftermath story on top of it. So, first, let's just get the value proposition out of the way. This probably isn't worth $40. I'll just get that out of the way. I think the 3 characters are okay, but you know, other than Fujin, they're not really doing anything new with these characters, and one in particular, which I'll get to when we do the overview of the characters, one of them in particular I think is just horribly cancerous and feels like Injustice 2. Okay, you probably know who I'm talking about now. Anyways, the story itself is solid. I'm going to go into spoilers later, but for now, the story's pretty good, and I think if you liked MK11's story, you'll like this, but you know what? I think you should probably wait for a sale on this one, even if you like MK11's story. The pre-order skins you got with it, though, were flames for Frost, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. Just absolute flames. They updated those skins to just a fantastic degree. So let's get into the characters and what I think of them. So first off, we'll talk about Fujin, the boy who's been missing for a little while here. I like what they've done with his character personality-wise, and I really like his voice actor as well. I think he's voice acted brilliantly, as is everyone else in this game, let's be honest. So Fujin is a very technical character. He's got this huge list of strings and these really weird abilities that are going to take even high-level players a very long time to get used to. And I have to say, not really in love with this character. I think he's very cool, and I'll continue to play him just whenever I get the urge to play some Fujin. I'll probably pick him up, but you guys can probably tell by the gameplay. I'm not getting down with all the really technical stuff. Like, the spacing and timing is just, seems really, like you'll really have to get it down, and, you know, I'm just not really into what the character does, but he does seem like once people catch on to what he's really capable of doing, I think he'll be just a really strong character. But we'll have to wait and see what people make of him. Maybe like he is actually surface level and you can't do actually that much crazy stuff with him. But in all 3 of his variations, especially the Cyclone variation, which I'm avoiding because I can't play that, I'm sorry, but I think if you've been missing Fujin, I think you'll really enjoy him here. And so let's move on to Shiva, who unfortunately does not wear a spaghetti bikini in this game. I was very disappointed, but she looks great, she's voiced great, and I think she's probably my favorite DLC character thus far. Not all of DLC characters, but favorite out of Fujin, Shiva, and Robocop. I think it's probably because she's a little more standard. She is a grappler, but you know, she's got your basic, you do this string, you go into a special move, you can juggle people off your special moves, you got your unblockables, and so on and so forth. You guys get it. I think it's maybe that she's a little more basic that I enjoy her more than the others. I think she's a little slower as a grappler, but she's not too slow. She's not the slowest character in the game or anything. So I think she's pretty enjoyable in that sense. And I like all 3 of her variations. Of course, the one that you actually, I don't think she actually uses a competitive variation in the story, but yeah, the one with the shield throw and then the shield bash, where you chuck them up into the air and you can juggle them from that. I think that's a lot of fun. I think this will be a character that I'll be coming back to a lot more often than Fujin, and a lot more often than Robocop. So let's talk about Robocop real quick. I hope this character is the only zoner like this that's ever going to be in MK11. Particularly his away towards what's triangle? 2 is a way towards 2. That cannon thing that just knocks them across the map, ridiculous. I think this character sets a really bad precedence. I don't like him one bit. I don't like the way he plays either. Even the way, just how the character feels in his strings. Of course, he is a robot, but his strings feel very stilted, the animation-wise. And I'm not a fan of what this character wants to do. I know I picked this variation, and I think it's the most keep-away variation he has. But regardless, this does feel like the best way to play the character as well. He's just not a very fun character to play, which I think is just really unfortunate. I think Robocop could Robocop have been cooler? Probably not, really. Let's be honest, it's Robocop. It's a very interesting inclusion. It's cool to see the character be brought back, especially in his original gear, but I don't know. I don't like this character. I don't like him. I hope he will not be OP, but he seems like he might be that character that everyone just mashes dash away and then just does just keep away moves over and over and over again. And when you get in, he'll just parry or flamethrower you away. That's just my surface level analysis. I haven't even played the guy online yet, so as or against. So just take that with a grain of salt, I guess. So let's get into the story here. Not going to do spoilers just yet, so just a gloss over of the story. If you guys want to know a few things minus spoilers real quick. So there's still really long cutscenes. I think Ed Boon mentioned that there'd be more rapid fighting. That doesn't really happen. It's still the same. Your controller turns off from long cutscenes type thing. And then some of the character balance story-wise is a little odd. But yeah, all the performances are fantastic. You guys know it's going to be a great quality story you're going to be getting here. And you do actually get a lot of really cool rewards from the story as well. For most characters in the game, you will get gear for completing this story, and it's all really cool gear as well. So without further ado, let's get into the spoilers. Okay, so let's get into the story here. So first and foremost, I did like the little explanation that was given for Nightwolf Fujin and Shang Tsung being thrust back into the story. You know, they were in the void, then when Kronika died, they were released from the void. I think that makes sense enough. And then the reason that they have to come back because the crown was destroyed and they have to go back in time, you know, I think it all made sense. I thought it was a pretty good explanation. I think my playtime was around 3 hours, so that's like half of the original game story. So that's funny that this is more than half the game's original asking price, but regardless. So it's also the in-lore character balance. Did I say that right? It's still a little wacky, you know, like Shang Tsung saying Shao Kahn was always more ego than skill. That's not true at all. And I think it's a little, if you beat Shao Kahn in MK9, it's a little disheartening to hear that, I'll be honest. But also, you know, I have to say retreading some of these fights and scenes were a little lame. And I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I definitely noticed this. They were exact reused animations and voiceovers in the Shirai Ryu Fire Garden when Scorpion first returns and Raiden and Liu Kang have their little conflict. Word for word, shot for shot, just retreads. There was a few of those, as well as in Shang Tsung's courtyard. There was some retreads there as well. That was a little disappointing to see. And it was definitely something that I very much noticed. And I just wish there was a little less retreading and just slotting the new DLC characters in there. And I have to say it was a little disappointing that you weren't able to sort of pick your fighter. There was in the Shao Kahn and Sindel a little team up they had for a little while there during the story. And that was it though. And despite the fact that you're in this large group for a majority of the game, you don't get to choose who you play as. It was a little odd. I know it makes it a lot more time consuming for the developers. There's a lot more voice lines, a lot more animations you have to make for whatever the player happens to pick. So I get it, but it was a little lame that you only got to do the Shao Kahn Sindel thing. And by the way, Sindel, she's a pro on her own, I think. Who voice acted her? I don't know how to pronounce that name. So it's Mara Junot? Is that it? I'm sorry if I mispronounced that, but she did a great job. I think Sindel in this game was a lot of fun. I know you got to hear her, her intros as a DLC character, but seeing her fully fleshed out in a story mode like this, she really killed it. That was a good character, I think. But I do have to say, it was all pretty predictable. Nothing happened that ever surprised me, honestly. The way Shang Tsung, the twist where he turned into Fujin, or turned into Raiden, sorry, yeah. He turned into Raiden and Fujin gave him the crown. I thought that was neat, but we all saw it coming. And I thought the ending was cool too, where it was pick your destiny, Liu Kang or Shang Tsung, and of course my boy Kung Lao got picked up by Liu Kang at the end of the game if you picked Liu Kang. If you picked Shang Tsung, I'm sorry, that ending was not very good. I replayed it and picked the Shang Tsung ending, and it was not. That was not a good ending. I don't know why they couldn't have just fleshed that ending out a little more. I think Liu Kang one was a little more heartfelt, and I guess that sort of goes along with the characters you picked respectively, but whatever. And the boss fight, I think you'll see here. The boss fight is either Liu Kang or Shang Tsung, depending on who you pick for your destiny, right? And Shang Tsung went down so easily. Like I was overthinking it because I was just like, all right, there's got to be something. He's gonna do something crazy that I'm not gonna expect. He's gonna be so OP, and I smacked him basically. And I smacked Kronika as well. I felt like she was a little bit easier this time around, which was interesting. But you know, there was a lot of fun character moments, though. I think it was still a fun way to have the DLC characters that we've had in the game for a little while now, and the new DLC characters and the old character, the original characters, all coming together like this. I think there was a lot of good moments, cool stuff like that. And you know, I think some people got slighted, but I think that's probably about it for my thoughts on it. I think it was solid. I think it could have been $30. I think that would have been a lot more fair. Would be $30 instead of $40. It is a big expansion, but it would have been appreciated. And as far as I know, you can't individually purchase the characters right now, which is just goofy to me. I think they should have been, like, if they just made all the characters $7, and you could just get all the characters for $21 instead, you know, and then just like save almost $20, right? Because frankly, I could live without the Aftermath story, but they know that, you know, you could live without the Aftermath story and just be happy with the MK11 ending, and then just watch Aftermath on YouTube. And I think they very much knew that, and that's why it's been procured the way it has been. I don't think that's the right word, but you guys know what I mean. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this. You didn't hate my gameplay too much, because like, I don't know, I was just trying to like show off, and I know my gameplay was not very good here. So, hopefully you guys liked. What did you guys think about Aftermath? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you hate my video? Why? And thanks for watching.